Aspen University CJ110, Introduction to Criminal Justice. I'm Andre Rosedale. I'm the instructor for this class. This is Module 1, discussion question number 2, which reads, View Figure 2-1 in Chapter 2. What is your reaction to the criminal justice funnel while also knowing that the United States incarcerates more people than any other country? Are there any assumptions about criminality in the U.S. that may be presumed? Defend your answer. So I'd like to discuss about, let me find my notes here. We talk about the criminal justice funnel and mandatory minimum sentencing for certain drug offenses, sales, possession, that kind of thing. There are other countries that have lesser prison populations and lesser recidivism in their country than the United States. And that's because they use alternative methods for rehabilitating and retraining criminals. Switzerland, for example, began combating heroin usage not with prison time, but with clinics and programs. Other countries are following Switzerland's model, and some cities in Canada and the United States have recently begun these programs. These programs have shown to lead to a decline in diseases that are transmitted through needles, a decrease in addicts, a rise in employment rate within the addict community, and a big drop in violent crime caused by the black market that supplies illegal drugs. And there is an in-text citation to Transform 2017. It will be listed below in the description. The war on drugs is a perfect example of how creating minimum mandatory sentences for non-violent crimes can lead to overcrowded prisons. The war on drugs was declared by President Richard Nixon in 1971. Since the war on drugs was declared, minimum mandatory sentencing came about for possession of certain drugs. And with the minimum mandatory sentencing, a 100 to 1 disparity came about for powder cocaine to crack cocaine offenses. In order to receive the same 5-year, 10-year, or 20-year sentences for possession of powder cocaine, one had to be convicted of possession 100 times more than the amount of the same terms of incarceration a suspect would face if he or she was convicted of possession of crack cocaine. Historically, powder cocaine is more expensive than crack cocaine. Historically, powder cocaine is more commonly used by those with money, while crack cocaine is used by the less fortunate. Because of this 100 to 1 system, prison populations grew out of control, and it was those from poorer backgrounds serving these minimum mandatory sentences. If you are interested in exploring this subject further, I would like to recommend the 2012 documentary, The House I Live In, by Eugene Jarek. I found it on YouTube and Netflix. There is a charge for it. It might be like $2. I'm going to link the entire presentation that I just gave in the description thing, and I would like to know what you guys think about what I just presented to you. And if you would like more information, YouTube, just search The House I Live In and it will pop up.